In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best power forward cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team. Let me know in the comment section down below what power forwards you guys currently rocking on your squad, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But at number 10, I do have Galaxy Opal Dino, and I know that might sound crazily high for Dino Radja, but the only other card I was really considering for this 10th position is maybe a Dark Matter Moses Malone, maybe a Galaxy Opal Triple J. Other than that, I wasn't really too concerned about like a Galaxy Opal Wilt. I do think Dino's better. If there's any other power forwards you guys think are not on this list that maybe could replace Dino or who I have at number 9, let me know in the comment section down below. But I think Dino Radja is a really underrated power forward. I think he's amazing all the way around. He's 6'11" at the 4, 7'3" wingspan, has an elite level player model. I really do like his jump shot. I think he's got good enough dribble sigs, and just for whatever reason, he does play elite for me in game personally. So I do think he's the 10th best power forward card. Now number 9, I got the Dark Matter Bol Bol, and that might seem really low for Bol Bol, but the thing about this card is I just don't think his jump shot is all that amazing. Yes, he's 7'3" at power forward, he has a 7'7" wingspan. I understand that completely, but that jump shot to me just really isn't that great. You know, this card's dribble sigs are decent, but I just really can't get over this card's jump shot. And he's also got a very slender player model and only an 85 strength. So compared to some other cards that have bigger player models, you know, do weigh quite a bit more, I do like those cards more than Bol Bol, but I think he's an amazing power forward option. Definitely one of the best in the game. I got him here at number 9. Number 8, I do got Dark Matter Joel Embiid. For the reason, I like his jump shot a lot more than Bol Bol's. I do think the strength and just his player model does help quite a bit at the power forward position. Being that really strong power forward, you know, with a good jump shot, I would say even better defensively than Bol Bol. The only thing Bol Bol really has over a lot of these cards we'll talk about is the height and the wingspan, but like Embiid, the 3 inches really isn't going to matter too much in game, and I think the jump shot matters more. Also, Embiid does have the James Harden dribble style, so this card can move a little bit, you know, for a power forward card, and I do think Embiid is the 8th best power forward right now in my team. Number 7, I got Dark Matter Hakeem. Again, very similar card to Embiid. You know, 7 foot at power forward, 7'3" wingspan, so a little bit less wingspan, but I do like his jump shot slightly more than Embiid's, and he also does have really good dribble sigs. He's a really good defender, that 97 strength, a really good player model. Again, to me, that's why I think these two cards are over Bol Bol, just because of their strength, their size, and also having way better jump shots, in my personal opinion. Now, number 6 is going to be Dark Matter Chet, and Chet definitely has a smaller player build, only weighs 195 pounds, only has 84 strength, but I do think defensively, if we compare these cards, because I know a lot of people might have Bol Bol higher on this list than me, so I'm kind of trying to compare every card to him so far, just because I know these are some notable names that might be compared to him. But yeah, we look at these cards, I mean, Chet seems like he's 7'2" in game, so they're not really that far off in height and wingspan. The stats and the badges, I would say Chet definitely has better stats, at least when we're talking about defense, like way better stats. Not really too noticeable in game, but I think the main noticeable difference is the jump shot for me personally. I know I would say Bol Bol probably has better dribble sigs across the board than Chet's, but I do just really like Chet's release a lot more, and again, I think that makes a huge difference, but I would say that's more of a close comparison. But I like Chet more than Hakeem and more than Embiid. I think this card just plays really elite in game, and overall is one of my favorite power forwards to use right now in my team. At number 5 though, I got Dark Matter Kareem, and I will say this is a very close debate between Kareem and D-Rob at the number 5 and number 4 spot. I could see people going either way. Like Kareem, I know a lot of people love, but I know a lot of people do love this D-Rob as well. And for me personally, I just think D-Rob is slightly better of a power forward card, but Kareem is 7'2" at power forward, 7'5" wingspan. I mean, this card's seriously one of the best cards in this entire game. I mean, the defense is ridiculous. 98 block, 95 steal, 95 perimeter, 98 interior defense, almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. The one flaw about this card compared to D-Rob is, to me, the 79 3 ball. And again, this is really nitpicking, and it doesn't really make too big of a difference. Like, Kareem is one of the best cards in this entire game, but the nitpick for me is the 79 3-point shot and having, to me, not as good of a jump shot as D-Rob, where we check out D-Rob, right? He's about the same height, about the same wingspan, pretty much the same stats and badges wise, really good defensively, 99 block, 99 interior defense, but he has a 92 3-point shot compared to the 79, and in my personal opinion, does have a better jump shot. So that's kind of where the comparison lies for me, but I do think both D-Rob and Kareem are some of the best cards in this entire game and are definitely worth their price tag if you have a lot of MT to spend. Like, they're not the next 3 power forwards that we'll talk about that are extremely expensive. One of them is technically free, the Pro Pass version. We'll talk about that here in a second, but I think for their value is a lot better than the next 2 cards we're going to talk about, like number 3 Kristaps and number 2 Shaq. These cards are what, 3 to 5 million MT compared to D-Rob, who's like maybe 700,000 MT, maybe Kareem's like 1.1. or maybe a million MT. So like I think these cards are definitely more worth their value than the next two cards. But I think it's very not obvious to say, but I do think Kristaps and Shaq are the next two best power forwards in this game. At number 3 and number 2 for me, Kristaps 7'2" at power forward, 7'6" wingspan, very similar height and wingspan to Kareem. But again, having these 99 stats, these 98, 97, 99 stats in every single category, like that 98 speed, it does make a difference. Even if it's only +2, right? I think that does matter quite a bit. There's other stuff like the strength is really good on this card. I know these cards have 98 strength and 99 strength, but I do think Kristaps with that type of stats, the 99 3 ball, a really good jump shot on very quick, actually has some solid dribble saves. So that's why I think Kristaps to me is better than D-Rob, not by like a crazy amount. And that's why I think these two cards are more worth it at the power forward position. If you're willing to spend that much MT, I don't think getting Kristaps is worth getting over D-Rob or Kareem. I would much rather get those two cards, but I do think Kristaps you kind of have to acknowledge as the better power forward card in my personal opinion. And then like I said, at number 2 as the second best power forward, I do have 100 overall Shaq. He's 7'1" at power forward, 7'7" wingspan. The big difference between Shaq compared to Kristaps, compared to Kareem, compared to D-Rob is number 1 player model. He weighs the most, 325 pounds, which is almost 100 pounds more than all 3 of these power forward options. So that's a huge plus. Having a bigger player model always helps. And he has that 99 speed, 99 agility, 99 vert, 99 strength. Like this card is ridiculous stats and badges wise, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. But the biggest difference is when we check out the animations, this card does have a changed jump shot compared to his obvious release. You know, the Shaq base, Shaq upper on very quick, compared to like Kristaps has his own release, D-Rob has his own release, Kareem has his own release. And I think this jump shot, in my opinion, is a lot better. It's a really quick jump shot. It's almost like a guard type of release, but I do like it a lot more than the other power forwards we've talked about so far. And then he's also got guard type of dribble saves. He's got the Darius Garland dribble style, the best dribble style in this game. He's got the Zach LaVine escape, a great escape. He's got the Curry behind the back, the Curry moving step back. Like all of these SIGs are definitely point guard like, and I think this card can move like a point guard, has a little bit more shot creation, has a little bit more playmaking, a little bit more, you know, ball handling, all the type of stuff than the other power forward cards like Kristaps, like David Robinson, and like Kareem. But I do think all of these cards are really, really elite at the power forward position. But in my opinion, guys, the clear best power forward in this game, and I'm not going to say by a huge margin, I'm not going to say he's easily the number 1 power forward, but I do think he's the best power forward in the game in my personal opinion, and that is going to be 100 overall pro pass Tim Duncan. Now, I don't think the level 40 is the best power forward in this game. The level 40 could be like maybe top 10, debatably, but maybe not. I do think the pro pass version is definitely the best power forward in this game. I think he's also the best card in this game. He's 6'11" at power forward, 7'3" wingspan, has a really good player model. Of course, the stats and the badges are going to be elites. He's a 100 overall card. But the difference that Tim Duncan has over all the other power forwards in this game is this card seriously moves and acts as a point guard. You can run your entire offense through Tim Duncan if you wanted to. That's just how good of a card he is. He's got the KPJ base, which is one of the best bases in this entire game. If you guys have played Park this year, he was a start that the KPJ base is a starter 4 animation that is locked. So you have to grind the game quite a bit to get the starter 4 just to unlock the KPJ base. So it's one of the best bases in this game. I mean, they literally put a gatekeep and a requirement behind it to get this card, to get this base, I should say. And the Tim Duncan upper is actually very good this year. Like, it's a really good upper on very quick. He's got one of the best fades in this game with the Pro 2 fade. He's got the Garland dribble style, the best dribble style in this game. The Steph Curry side step is really good. He's got the Kemba escape. He's got the Trey behind the back. I mean, this card, like, if you've used him in game, if you've played against him, he seriously moves like a guard. And I'm running my offense through this card when I'm using him. And I think having that while also being an elite level defender and elite level rebounder, has good size at power forward, I think is easily the number 1 best power forward in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about my top 10. Of course, let me know what you guys are changing about it, and obviously what power forwards you guys are running, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.